Do you struggle with conflict resolution in your marriage? Listen, I want you to understand that that is not strange. Many of us grew up in households where no one ever teaches us how to resolve conflict. Our parents many times either avoid the conflict or certainly hide it from us as kids. It would be ideal that you don't know how to handle conflict. But I need you to understand that if your marriage is going to last and you want to have a marriage that's full of love and connection, you have to learn how to deal with your issues that you feel like are hard or difficult. So today I want to share with you 3 ways to handle conflict resolution that creates connection instead of disconnection in your marriage. The first way is prayer. You guys got to understand that I'm a God girl and everything starts with prayer. The reason you want to pray before you address an issue with your spouse is because you want to have an opportunity to, 1, invite God into the situation, 2, for you to calm down and then be able to see your spouse in a different perspective. Recognize that your spouse is your partner, that they are not against you, and you all don't have to fight against each other, but you're fighting for each other in the marriage. So prayer would allow your mind and your heart to calm down. Prayer also allows you an opportunity to hear from God on how to handle this situation. How are you going to know what God is saying? Listen, once you pray and you calm down, once the peace comes, once you feel peace, listen for the new thought that shows up. That is the thought that God is giving you to move you into how to communicate with your husband about this conflict. So you have to start with prayer. The second thing you have to do is I need you to start identifying your hot buttons in the marriage. What do I mean by that? The hot buttons are those issues in your marriage that you know whenever they come up, emotions ride high. Maybe for you it's money. It could be raising the children. Perhaps it's sex. Maybe it's spending time. You know what your hot issues are. And it could be all of those things. But when you're dealing with a hot issue, I need you to take time, you've prayed, to get clear about what it is that you want the outcome to be so that you can communicate about the issue and not attack your husband or not attack your wife. Remember, this isn't about attacking one another. This is about understanding one another and coming up with a new strategy. And then the third thing that's going to help you resolve conflict is when you understand that conflict is not about you being right and him being wrong. It's about the fact that you guys have opposing ideas, thoughts, beliefs, and methods about an issue. So if the issue is money, you guys may have different thoughts and ideas about money. Let's say you're a saver and your husband is a spender. Here's the problem right there. The problem is not your husband. You are not the problem. The problem is that you guys have a different perspective about what money is supposed to be, a different idea. So let's begin to communicate about the idea. Hey, for instance, for me, it's extremely important that we save. And I notice that you like to spend. How can we meet in the middle where you do have some spending, but we're also saving 5%, 10%, 20% of our income? That way you stay on topic and you talk about the issue. Same thing with children. If you guys are raising children together and you have different ideas about how to parent, talk about that from the start. Don't just assume your way is right and his way is wrong. Decide together, okay, let me hear what your thoughts are about discipline. Maybe you're all for spanking and your wife is not. Well, how can we resolve this issue? Maybe spanking is more of a popping than beating with a belt. Like, you have to discuss it and recognize you're trying to learn new thoughts and ideas and procedures as to moving forward in this particular topic. When you do that, you'll realize, again, the conflict is not about winning. It's not about fighting one another. It's about coming up with new thoughts and ideas and methods on how to manage these conflicts. So conflict is really just opposing ideas. And if you can keep it in that vein of recognizing that, hey, I just think differently about this than my partner, we don't have to fight. We can just sit down like two adults and come up with new ways and strategies to deal with that. Your goal is to build intimacy and connection, not disconnection or winning an argument. I pray this helped you in every possible way. If you're watching this and you're thinking, there's no way I can even start getting there, I want you to reach out to me. Click the link below and book a free call. I help women, wives, get very clear about their emotional intelligence so that they can bring this back home to their families. Another thing we do as a couple, my husband and I, we work with couples to walk them through our program called Think Your Way to a Better Marriage, to help you come up with tools and strategies for communicating more effectively so that you can have the marriage that you truly want. I can't wait to meet you. Thank you so much for watching. Would you subscribe and share this video? Thanks again.